Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Paranormal Guyz. Hope you're having a great evening, great day. If you're listening to this on WDJY or WRFN, I gotta get it right. We appreciate you listening. We are live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. We have different guests, and we entertain them and get funny stories and have all kinds of cool times. So tonight I have my regular partners in crime. I have the B Dizzle. How are you, B Dizzle?
Oh, good. Here we are.
Good. We are. And then I have Miss Dina.
Hello. Dina, she did come in.
Yeah, she said she was slipping into something more comfortable. I was hoping more was less, but
I didn't know Afghan. She wore an Afghan to the party.
This is a sweater.
Is anybody else cold?
It's cold in my house. I got the air on.
That's what happens when you get old. So,
I've been cold.
All right, well,
my back's aching.
Oh well.
Yeah. I'm all kinds of aching.
That's the sign of old age. Let's get Dustin in here. Dustin is making a film about Bigfoot. We've been discussing the Alabama White thing and all kinds of stuff. So let's get him in here. Hey, how are you, Dustin?
Sir, top of my hat.
Hey, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah.
I thought it was Abe Lincoln there for a minute.
I love the top hat.
You got a scepter.
Yeah, I got my appliances. So I was ready to go.
Cool. Well,
shut up, Warren. I'm gonna kick his butt. Sorry, I had to. It's like I smell butterscotch candy. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. Dustin, I'm sorry about that, but sometimes our chat gets carried away. Oh, and also let me put this up here. As we are live, we have the phone lines open. You can call us at 1-888-88-YERGZ. That's 1-888-88-YERGZ on your phone pad. As always, we appreciate Yerg's Radio for broadcasting us live and providing us with a toll-free number. So shout out to Ross there. So, Dina, are you okay?
No.
I'm so concerned.
I'm really not today.
It's like the Dina hour all of a sudden.
I'm so sorry. I've just had a terrible day today. I'm really.
It'll get better. It'll get better.
It will.
You can make fun of me Disney later. So, okay. Justin, so tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're making a movie, and Bobby Dizzle spoke highly of you, so I didn't hold that against you. So,
yeah, you better redeem yourself now, Dustin. Now's your chance.
Yeah, well, I tried to come in hot with the get up here, but thank you. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna take the glasses off. So they don't glare, but
Dina needs those to read the newspaper.
I'm gonna punch you.
Yeah. But yeah, this is actually just a suit of a character I wear in some of my reels around Halloween time. I do a thing called Terror Tuesdays, and the intro segment is just this character I play in this coat, hat, and glasses. So it's not really like how I look every day. I was trying to, take a different approach here. But yeah, the movie is something I'm working on currently. I had one movie I did last year. It's been labeled kind of as a mockumentary comedy. I didn't really set out for it to go that route. It does have some funny scenes in it or whatnot, but it was. I played a character. I had on a wig and a hat, and I played this redneck character named Eugene, who had apparently, had this Bigfoot sighting, and this investigative government group comes in to try to get some footage of Bigfoot, and Eugene gives them a hard time, won't ever take them out to the spot. And in the meantime, they interview other people, which is all people I know. So most of them were family. All of them were good friends. And they played these different characters and talked about how they saw Bigfoot. So honestly, it's a little bit humorous and it's labeled as a mockumentary, but I didn't do it like making fun of anybody because I actually enjoy Bigfoot films, documentaries, paranormal, all the whole thing there. So this time around, I just wanted to see if it was possible to make a movie, and ended up being able to do that. So now I'm actually taking a serious go at it with a documentary. So I was trying to do Bigfoot, paranormal, all that together, and I ended up with so much material I've had to divide it up because I did some paranormal investigations with some guys, and we actually got activity, and I don't want to cut any of that. I've had some good witnesses on the Bigfoot side, and I don't want to cut down their accounts. So I'm dividing it in a separate project at this point. And in the meantime, I just been doing my Moonlight Monster Media stuff. I make little reels or posters, cups, whatever, just for fun, really.
Okay.
Just trying to have some things.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, there you go. There's one of them right there.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, well, I can see one. I can see one. Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I can't have you let me get up ahead of me.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, well, we're glad you came.
You trusted me to be here live.
We're glad
Trust
you're here.
me to be here live.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here too.
We're never quite sure what Dina's going to do. She told me one time that she had sleep apnea and narcolepsy, so try and keep an eye on the screen to make sure she doesn't fall asleep and drop dead over there. I mean, it might make for good ratings, but
I used to fall asleep all the time.
I've been known to be used as a sleep aid, so I mean, if it helps, it helps.
That's right.
You listen to me long enough, we'll see.
No. No,
So,
it's never been any of our guests. It's just me.
That one guest did put us to sleep. Let's not get
one.
That guy. I was out.
Yeah.
I was ready to die.
Oh,
I was like, what have you done, Glenn? What have you done?
You did it to be on your show. So
he was very modest.
Look, you were just sleepy. I had a UFO witness. don't look at me. That guy was hilarious.
That's probably why I'm shadow banned in the UFO world. So one of the questions in the group chat for you right off the start, Dustin, is have you ever seen? Oh no, that's not it. Have you ever seen a? See, this is why I miss things in the show. Have you seen a Bigfoot?
Have I seen a Bigfoot? No, I haven't. I have someone in my film coming up who doesn't live too far away who has, or has plenty of encounters, but no, I'm just stuff that entertains me. So, but I haven't had a sign that I've had more. I guess we call unexplained. There's like a few little paranormal things that have happened to me. So I'm less of I guess you'd say like some sort of a optimistic skeptic or something. Like I've always been kind of skeptical, but now, I've just kind of dove off into this world here recently trying to make these films. And the more and more people I talk to, the more media I consume, the more podcasts I listen to, you kind of at some point start to think, well, you could be skeptical, but man, it kind of sounds like there may be something to this. And I just haven't been wanting to see it yet, But like I said, paranormal stuff happens. So how can I sit there and say that, not say, there's not a big one, because I think there is. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got indoctrinated into it totally by mistake. So with my first encounter many years ago, we went looking for the fake boogeyman and found him when I was a teenager. But and the way I have found to get the most experience is 1, go out in the woods. 2, intent. That intent is the big thing with it. Seems like this creature. I don't like to use these words that they're psychic or can read minds or whatever, but there's something there. They know. And don't go out knocking on trees, whooping in the woods. Just sit around base camp, have a good time. because you're their cable TV, as my old friend Bob used to say. He said, we're their cable TV. They'll come to us. May not be the first night, but they'll come to you eventually if they're in the woods. And now that's not to say you don't get out. I'm not saying don't get out and film or do anything like that. Absolutely not. But that's how we've had some of our best encounters. I mean, things thrown into the fire from outside the campsite that out of visible light sight, or growls, barks. Like I said, with the white thing that I didn't even know what it was. So yeah, that's kind of the way it is sometimes. So
I'm kind of glad that's the approach I take when I do any of the investigations I record. Like, we don't go out making a bunch of noise and yelling and beating on trees. We just kind of like go hang out and talk and just act like we're doing normal stuff and just let the video and the audio roll. And because paranormal stuff, it seems kind of dangerous anyway. I don't want to mess with that too much.
Right.
So I don't go in there like yelling at anything.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
If you're there, show me you're there.
Lieutenant Dan style.
I walk in like, oh, what did you have for lunch today? I hope that chicken sandwich was good. Record.
Yeah.
If something pops up, we're just here in this empty house for another, just because we like to hang out. We're not here to try to catch anything.
Yeah.
That sort of.
Last week we had one of the guys from Taps on from Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the big ghost show you see on TV. And he said they went into a house and was setting up, and they didn't even realize one of the first things that they heard on their EMF that they played back later. No, that's not it. EDP. He said that the thing said into the microphone, they're recording us again.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool. He's like, it's hard to argue with that kind of definitive answer that there's something there, because he's like, we didn't even set anything up. We didn't even do anything. And they just suddenly said that in the microphone as we were beginning the show. So
They have to know something's going on with that.
Oh yeah.
Well, like he pointed out, he said people were coming and going all the time. You probably get sick of it too. So,
Mm-hmm. Especially at a popular place, I bet they're just fed up.
you probably hate Halloween.
Like, go away.
So they probably hate Halloween. All the ghosts and ghouls probably hate Halloween.
Probably.
No.
Dustin. Oh, there's Justin.
Yeah, he popped in and out there for a second. So
Trying to fix his audio.
yeah, his audio.
He probably got a phone call.
Oh.
It's internet too. You still there, Justin? Sorry, we're just gabbing away like school kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
He keeps freezing. You frozen, buddy.
Yeah, he is frozen up. But yeah, I was telling him before the show, he was asking me about the Alabama White thing. That's one of the things that he's been getting stories from people on. And apparently I'm not the only one that didn't know what it was. So
I didn't know what it was. So you told me what it was.
I don't think I've ever heard of it before you said anything about it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like every area has its own thing, its own creature.
Hey,
are you back? Your signal keeps going in and out.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I've got a phone call and some texts, and it keeps knocking me on and off of here. I can't see you now, but I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We
All right. We got you.
Like hide and seek.
Okay.
That's right.
Just to turn on do not disturb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I should have. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Hear you. So you're fine.
Okay. See anybody, but that's it. I guess as long as I'm there, I'm there.
You're here.
The only thing
All
you're
right.
missing is Dina, so she's the hot one. So the rest of us are just kind of
Wearing an Afghan.
she's the hot mom with the Afghan. So, Uncommon Soul had asked, that's one of our frequent listeners and viewers, what kind of paranormal stuff. And she also said that she wanted to know if noises scare off. I guess Bigfoot is what she was referring to.
Only if it wants to be scared.
Yeah.
So what kind of paranormal stuff? I have
Yeah,
several. Some of them have been recent. You know, like we were talking about the catching audio on recording. There was an instance, and I probably shouldn't give it away because I'm going to put it into the film later. But
there's only like 3
we
viewers on the show, so
we went. Well, I probably had like 3 viewers on my movie too.
Oh.
We went into this old historical house and we were making video and all that, and we had a digital recorder going. When I get home, I put my headphones on, the sound really good, and I started going through the audio. And at one point in the audio, I hear this voice say, "Shut the door," and it was right after the guy with me, David, had opened a door.
oh.
And I went back and watched the video, you know, to match up where the audio happened and make sure he didn't like say something under his breath or I wasn't moving around. You know, I was trying to rule it out. And sure enough, when I go back and watch the video, like we were really quiet and he just opened the door and it sounds like this voice on there says, "Shut the door." So that was just recent, but you know, I had an incident where like working in an old wastewater plant at night. I used to work the night shift that was always my shift. I never came off of it. Well, sometimes it'd been built in the 50s and it's old like wetlands and stuff anyway, not too far from, you know, Moundville, Alabama. So, you know, that's down where it was one of the biggest Native American hubs there for a while on the river. So anyway, I'd walk around there at night, get exercise, just make my rounds. And there was this old building that they don't use anymore. And it was just so happens it's building number 13 anyway. So on top of that, and everybody always said this
Your audio's breaking up.
Yeah, this happens when he gets to the good part. You guys notice that?
He said the ghost said, I think he's getting interfered with.
I think so too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because he had full signal that time, so
Yeah.
it was kind of weird. Well, we both there, and he disappeared off the screen. We all know that's happened before.
It's happened on my show twice. I'm like, what the?
I had something playing with my hair. Can't do that now.
I could just touch your head now.
I would come up out of this chair swinging.
that day that Randy said, "Hey guys, if you're here, give us a sign that you're here," and he dropped right when he said that. My internet went out.
Oh,
his internet went out.
I thought she said he dropped. I was like, what?
He killed him. He didn't make it.
Oh Lord.
Rest in peace, Randy.
Dustin, you back with us? You started to get into the good part, and it completely went out.
If I would have had the presence of mind, I should have like ducked out of sight when it came back on. Yeah, be like, oh God, it's gold.
Oh, it's gold.
Yeah, but okay, so you get used to just doing stuff at night at your job. It becomes a routine. You walk past all the creepy buildings, whatever. I started noticing some the ghost really strong.
It was?
And we had really bright flashlight, cigar smoke.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
it's distinctive.
Yeah, so I was, yeah, it is. It's very distinctive. So and I would search every corner, every shadow, looking up. So I obviously never saw it. Well, that happened on and off several times. You don't go telling people that either. Like, hey, y'all smell cigar smoke? And then everybody's like, man, that's weird. Well, I am weird. And now I'm old enough that I can admit it and live with it. Back then, I was on you're already the night shift guy. You know, so night guys are weird, but you try to like act like you're not, I guess, when you're younger. But anyway, so that went on. Well, there was a lady who worked in a different facility in the plant, and I'd go there and drink coffee early in the morning. She would come in the earliest and brew coffee. One day we were sitting there, and she said, she was talking about old people who'd retired or passed away that used to work there. And she said, you know where Building 13 is, right? And I said, well, yeah, of course I do. And she said, well, there was an old man who used to take his breaks every day and sit on the steps. And I was like, no way. I said, can I tell you something? I said,
wait, did she say he smoked cigars?
Cigar smoke.
Did she say that he smoked his cigars out there when he took his break?
Yes.
Okay.
He sat down every day at lunch and smoked a cigar.
Oh my gosh.
And he's dead. So she was like, he passed away like a while ago,
Yeah.
So that's one of them. I've had some
crazy,
like happened to me in a house where a
dang it.
I got to the top of the stairway, it felt like somebody walked past me and whispered in my ear. That's the short version. I tell that one to people now, but me and my best friend were going to house sit in his mom's house. When we were on vacation, they had a cool house, and we like to house it for them and hang out or whatever. And this was one of those instances where they were on and we were going to house it for the week. So I get work on Friday. He's on there. And I go upstairs to put my bed off and went to the top stairs. It feels just like me, like almost pushes by me. And like in English, I don't know what it said. It's like a kid going by. It kind of startled me a little bit, and I think I was like, "What the heck?" And he heard me downstairs.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that because your audio broke up? Try it again.
You were breaking in and out there. I'm gonna send you up to the roof in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
To the roof.
To the roof with you.
It did real good when he was on my show. I don't know what you've done to him.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Weather.
He did get a phone call though.
That's true. It has been crazy with the weather. In fact, everybody, that was one of the reasons Shay isn't here. Is in West Virginia. They had the tornadoes. And, we hope everybody's okay there. She has
hit her house.
Internet. No, apparently it just went I guess through the area, but it didn't hit her. No, she had no damages. I think she said some shingles maybe lifted up, but nothing, significant. But yeah, she just had
you
no
made it go to the roof. Look at that.
He listens. Either that or the ghost is carrying the phone.
Yeah,
he's outside.
Yeah, he's outside. I'm trying
to get full bars outside. Turn on the floodlight.
Yeah, let me get where I can get to a light, and then I will do that.
Yeah, that metal building's just got all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should run you a 75-foot cable out there and plug it in.
Yeah.
These are those Google boosters. Do those things work, Bobby?
I'm sure. I mean, depending on what exactly it does, I'd have to look at it.
Well, they say that you just plug it into the wall, it picks your signal up and makes it stronger and sends it back out.
It won't make a signal stronger if it's already weak. It needs something to pick up. Like you can't put it at the edge and expect it to amplify it. You got to kind of go about 60% out, and then like you don't want to put it on. You don't want to put like it's bad here. Let's put it right here. You want to put it like closer, like in the middle.
All right. Well, the ghost didn't eat Dustin. He's got full signal now. So
okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead. So you were saying that the guy had a cigar every day, and you smelled the cigar smoke.
Oh, he's already passed that story.
Yeah, he told that on mine. You're going to go to BobbyDizzle.com.
Now he's talking about hearing somebody whisper in his ear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hear voices in my head all the time.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about. Can you hear me now? My back, golly.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
that's much better.
Uh, But anyway, so I was going to house sit with my best friend at his mom's house, and we always kind of like to do that. And she kind of liked somebody to stay and watch her house. So I got there after work. He'd already been there, and when I got to the top of the stairs to unpack my bags in the room I was going to stay in, it felt like somebody had walked past my shoulder and just like whispered, like talked real quiet, like in my ear going by.
Yeah.
And you know, it kind of startled me enough for me to be like, what the heck was that?
Mm-hmm.
And he heard me downstairs, and he's like, hey, what's going on up there? And you know, I didn't want to ruin our weekend
Nothing.
and get him all like worked up. So I was like, oh man, it's nothing. I'll be down there in a minute. Well, on the last day there, I decided to tell him, you know, I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna tell you what happened when I got to your house, because it was weird, or your mom's house. And when I told him what happened to me, he said, well, you're not going to believe this. He said, that same morning, he said, the morning we got there, he said, I was downstairs. He was talking to his stepdad, and he sat down at the bar at the kitchen, said he thought he felt his mom come up behind him and just lean over his shoulder and hug him, like put her weight down on him. He said, hey, good morning, mama. And his stepdad looked at him weird and said, who are you talking to? Your mom's still in the bed, because I think it was like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, probably.
No. Weird.
And so it's something that happened to both of us, and neither one of us told it, I guess, till the end. So that was another one that happened.
Oh, that would be freaky.
The
Somebody
ghost.
hugging you.
Feeling it.
Yeah, and she has a lot of Bigfoot sightings over there too. She could tell, like, she should write her own book. So much has happened to her. Something about that where she lives on that land over there, you know, I don't know. And the other thing was, like, it wasn't in English, or I would have understood it. So, you know, what was it?
Mm-hmm. Was that in Alabama?
It was. Yeah, all of these were.
I had that happen to me in Florida. My ex-husband and I were staying at my mother-in-law's house, and it happened twice when I was there by myself. Just to whisper in my ear my name. And I told my ex-husband about it, and we were going to bed one night. He had just turned out the lights, and we were like getting under the covers, and he said goodnight, and I said goodnight. And we lay down, and then out of the hallway,
The ghost says good night.
it says
Good night.
it says my name, and he heard it, and he was like, "What the f?" You know? And I was like, I said, "I know." And he jumped up and looked and turned the light on real quick, and nothing there. It was weird.
It's weird. You lay down. Night.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody
But
says good night.
it was just my name. I don't know why. I don't know. And it never happened again.
Dana.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was a whisper. It was like,
You didn't hear any
So
bat
loud.
wings or anything, did you? Just to
No.
ask you for a friend.
shut
No
up.
smell of Italian food cooking.
Nope. It was really weird.
Billy Corgan singing in the background.
Thank you all.
And Dustin, one night I had been to work and I came in and was all curled up and I was on my side about to go to sleep. And I felt something lean into my ear and whisper, and I could even feel the breath come off of it. It says, "She knows everything." Talk about sitting straight up in bed.
Whoa.
Not going back to sleep. The first thing I said was, "What does she know?" Wanted answers.
Don't get bit.
That's some weird questions.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, yeah, thanks you, Bobby. Doesn't want to tell you I had a snake dream last night. Thanks, I appreciated that.
Mhm.
Oh,
It was
Yeah,
a big snake too.
the first time it happened, it was daytime, and I was like standing up, just walking through the house. It's
Yeah, if
crazy.
it knows your name, that's a little too personal.
I don't know. It could have been somebody like visiting me from Knoxville or something. I don't know.
I don't know. So, Dustin, tell us, you're filming starting to film a movie now, and you've started doing the interviews. What all have you got so far, and what do you think you're gonna end up with?
Yeah. So far I have I've gone around and just gotten eyewitness reports from people. Like I said, I was doing paranormal, UFO, and Bigfoot, and the project got so big that I'd taken a poll on Facebook to see if want me to, if I was going to do 2 projects, that I need to divide the subjects up or kind of.
Well, you were in a good spot. Now you ain't.
It's just it's really, really windy out here too.
Oh, it could be it.
Probably messing with it.
Could be. Yeah, we've had some violent weather here in the south, so.
Storm bad last night.
His severe weather was over by about 9 o'clock. Mine was over about 8.
Yeah, mine was.
Yeah, my bad.
Something actually pulled a tree out of the backyard. It wasn't a big tree, but pulled it up by the roots and threw it over the neighbor's fence. I mean, it was probably a 25-foot tall tree.
Wow.
Maybe. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. And I'm not, that was just weird. It was one single tree in the backyard. It was like right near the fence, and you can see it pulled it right up by the roots, and it was laying across the fence.
Did it hit the fence?
Yeah, it was laying on it. It didn't do any damage.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Clouds and satellite signals.
Yeah.
That's true.
By the way, if Wendell is still listening, Wendell, you didn't do anything. I don't know what he messaged me and wanted to know what he said that upset us. So I don't. What if he said?
What the heck?
I don't know. So all right, Dustin, you there now? Sorry, we're talking over you.
Oh no, I'm the one that keeps leaving and coming back, right?
We think he's the Alabama White thing.
Every time you come in, you wear a different hat. It's like, who is this guy?
Yeah, you let the wrong. I was trying to wonder if y'all were gonna figure out if I was a para guy or a normal guys, but
we don't know.
Or normal.
Yeah. I was just doing witnesses. I keep like what they call investigating pretty light and pretty amateur. I just, like I said earlier, if I'm going to do things like that, I don't take up too much of the film with that. And I just kind of go out quietly. And if, I grew up hunting and stuff, and you don't go out being loud to do that. So I just figured if I was going to see something in the woods, and I've covered panthers on there too. I've got a segment with that. Actually, my wife and kids she was taking the kids to school this morning and called me at work, coincidentally on the day I was going to be on a podcast, and told me something like it was in a bluff area with a lot of creeks and stuff, really wooded. Something ran across the road, and she'd never seen anything like it before.
It was dog man.
Thought it was more cat-like.
Oh.
Yeah, said it, because was it a coyote with mange? Because sometimes they look a little weird and can look strange. But she said it kind of looked like a big cat, and it was bigger than a regular cat and smaller than our dog that we had. But it didn't look like a bobcat either. Said it just kind of looked black, and it kind of had. I could hear my kids in the car, and everybody was like really wound up.
Yeah.
So
they saw it too.
That actually happened this morning.
Wow.
Well, according to the DNR here in Georgia, they don't exist in the South. They all stay in Florida.
That's crazy.
That's going to cause a big freaking uproar with that.
Yeah, I don't see
how that happens.
Yeah, and Tennessee's the same way. They deny that there's cats other than bobcats.
That's not true.
People I've talked to, the DNR, the ranger I talked to in Tennessee, said they don't exist here.
Well, they lie.
Oh, I know that. I know that it's like they'll tell you Bigfoot doesn't exist. Well, got news for you. Hang around out here long enough, Bubba. You'll see something.
Yeah.
I never put a whole lot of faith in the cat thing until I was at my mom's house and went outside at like 4 a.m. to vape. And I thought I saw a deer come out of the woods and go out of the road into the woods.
Mhm.
And I didn't pay it any mind because it was that brownish color until I turned back around and I noticed it had a curly tail. Deers have white tails.
Yeah.
And they don't have a long tail. They got a short
Right.
tail. So, and it just walked right back in the woods.
Mhm.
All
Unless
right.
it's a black-tailed deer.
Yeah, it seems to be that's the big identifier, you know. But whether you've seen a bobcat or not, I guess the people always mention the long tail.
Mhm.
Do they have
But
a
I
buff on
had
the end of
a-
their tail, like a lion?
I think it's
A
only
little puff. Who? What? The
Like
bobcat?
like a mountain lion.
no. It's only
No, I don't-
Lion King.
No, that's only male lions. The rest of them,
Is it
all the
Simba?
rest of them have just a straight tail.
I've seen bobcats. I've never seen a mountain lion.
No, they're just straight tails.
Used to see
you wanna-
bobcats all the time.
You want to get a good scare? Get out early from
Bobcats,
your
they do
tent.
have a little poof.
Well, they have like a rabbit tail.
Yeah, like a little
Yeah,
rabbit tail.
yeah, they do. Yeah. Yeah. You want a good scare, get out of your tent early in the morning and see a fresh kitty print that's about the size of your hand outside your tent.
Oh my
That'll
gosh.
scare
Oh,
That'll scare you.
I'm like, what the heck?
But those don't exist. So that was why in the artwork, Dustin, for the show, I chose a panther because I knew you had also had some experience with them. So
Mhm.
I know that actually I wouldn't have had to leave my shed. I had like a panther decoration in there too. I was going to bring up, but now I'm standing here in the dark in front of a headlight. Here we
Oh.
are.
In Tuscaloosa County.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Every time the wind blows hard enough, everything starts breaking out on here, like going away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started out just doing music though, and just wanted to get music into a film, and that's when I ended up just making my own. You know, that's what started it all. Was music.
Oh yeah. So do you play instruments or?
I mostly just play the guitar, but now
Mhm.
I'll get a bass and get a synthesizer out to make soundtrack stuff.
Oh, cool. So
That
go ahead.
I don't know. I was gonna say I just had a few tracks, and I just I watched enough B movies and documentaries about Bigfoot and paranormal that I started reaching out to. I would see who the producers or the creators were, and I was copying and pasting emails just trying to get somebody to respond like, "Hey, I have this music. Will you use like 5 seconds of it?" Just so I could say, "Hey, it was in a movie."
Yeah.
And Thomas Markham with Zombie Media, he is that's who distributes my movie now, Steeds Ridge. And he was really helpful back then. That was like in 2018, and he was like, "Look, I like your music. I use this resource. If you put it on this resource, people may use it." And then and I went a few years to let that go. I didn't. I did music again. I don't know when it was. It was in the last couple of years. I did some more tracks, and I started reaching out again. And for like every 20 messages you send, you get like one or two replies, and they're usually
Mhm.
like, "Thanks for sending us something. We appreciate it, but our project's wrapped up," or "I've got this
No.
guy who does it."
Figures.
And so cool, if it is, it is. Well, anyway, so me and my best friend just started making like funny reels one day. Like he would do some, I would do some. We would make them together, and we made these two redneck characters who were having all these sightings. I mean, if you look in my reels on Facebook, you can find a lot of that in that territory.
Okay.
But we were like having Bigfoot sightings, UFOs, and my character was named Eugene. And so one day I started editing. I was doing all of our projects, and my skills were getting slightly better with editing and putting music and effects. So one day I was like, "Man, why don't I just make my own Bigfoot movie?" And
Yeah.
I started asking people for help, to play characters, and that's how we did it. And I reached back out to Thomas Markham at Zombie Media and asked him for pointers because he's made like 10, 12 movies or something. He was telling me
Mhm.
how he did stuff, and at one point when I was getting near completion, he said, "You know what? Let me see a sample of what you're working on, or send me a trailer." He said, "I may want to distribute it for you." And I sent him a trailer. I sat down one night, made a trailer, and sent it to him. He said, "Yeah, I'll take that on if you want to
Oh,
sign
how
on
cool.
with Zombie Media." And that's how I did it. And he's aware that I'm working on other projects now, and he just said, "Let him know, when I get to the point where I'm ready, and we can work with that one too."
That's awesome.
That is.
So you are going to got confused with all the cutouts. You are going to separate these into two different projects.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this Bigfoot and Wildcats Panther one first,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second one I'm gonna do more of the paranormal. We did a cemetery investigation in an old historical house on that one.
Yeah.
Those actually turned out better than my Bigfoot ones, but I'm still hard-headed and want to do Bigfoot first.
Yeah.
But I think the paranormal one made it better. I just have to start working on all that when it's time.
Yeah. Do they have names yet, or?
I keep changing it because I was going to focus just on the state of Alabama,
Uh-huh.
but now, most of the people I'm working with are not from here, so it doesn't really fit anymore.
Right.
It's hard to find a bunch of Alabama Bigfoot people who are tangent you can talk to.
Well, or that that'll actually share it or go on video.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They'll tell you, and then they when you ask them if they want to be in a movie or a video, they disappear. They're like,
Yeah.
Nope.
Never mind. No.
They're skittish. I don't know what it is about this state and that. I've never seen nothing like it.
I think Georgia's got people that come out of the woodwork to tell you about their experiences. So I'm not sure what the difference is, but Tennesseans will have experiences and a lot of times keep them to themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like whole neighborhoods.
I've heard that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, one of our co-hosts on one of my other shows, she has them on her property. She's like, yeah, I've been here for the entire time my family's been here. It's like nothing. The neighbors know them. Everybody knows them. It's like they see it out in the morning, getting its morning coffee. They wave at it.
Yeah, they're very protective over their land and the Bigfoot that are on them. It's really, I mean, I don't think it's odd, but it's, I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
Well, I think so, and one of the things, especially you'll probably run into this, Dustin, as a producer, I think a lot of these TV shows have ruined it because if you say, let's say I say the forest at the top of my neighborhood here has had a sighting, you'll get these people who come up, pull up to the edge of the roadway, get out with a baseball bat, hit the wood tree a couple times and whoop, and they'll be like, I ain't heard anything, and I'll leave.
Yeah.
It
does bring a lot of
letters.
Yeah, weird, not weird, but a lot of, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
a lot of people don't know what they're doing, I guess.
Dina's spacing it. I don't know.
I'm not spacing out. I just don't know what words to use to not make it sound bad. Just amateur hunters, I guess you'd say.
It sounds like you need to talk to Wendell. Says he's heard about 3 white chimps in the creek at Alabama Gold Camp. I don't know where that is.
That's over there close to where your white thing happened.
Well, if there is an Alabama white thing, you would think it would have to eventually have little Alabama white things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got a little Alabama white thing.
Easy, Bobby, easy. I don't need to know your story.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make another public apology.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
I'm like a president. My fellow Americans. I wanted to break into the evening programming. Like Bill Clinton. I misled people.
Well, Dustin, I would like to be a part of your project and tell you my story. I mean, you've heard most of it. If you're interested.
I'm interested.
Yeah, so I'd be willing to meet up with you and tell you that sometime, either on this format or some other. And Yeah, because I think we need to get the word out there about there, because there is something out there.
Yeah.
We should all just meet at the Buc-ee's in Leeds.
Okay.
Yep.
And then go to the Bass Pro Shop.
Ooh, that sounds fun. We can go fishing at
do
the
that.
Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, Amy says in the chat, as if animals stay within state lines.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they spotted an alligator up in the. Well, actually, they didn't spot it. They captured an alligator up in the water in East Tennessee.
In the lake where we swim.
There's things out there.
My school bus driver hit one by my house growing up.
An alligator?
About a half a mile from my parents' house.
Oh my gosh!
He was driving a Pontiac.
We had an alligator get hit by a train here in Tuscaloosa. You can actually probably Google that and see it. It was a big one too.
I bet that was just mess.
That was just Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they had made it past what was it, Savannah or whatever down there. I thought there was a line where they couldn't cross because it gets cold. So
well, it's hot down there in the summer.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do during the winter?
Well, they go back.
They travel back down the interstate.
So we got snowbird alligators. Is that what you're saying? Is that the theory?
They get in their little alligator car and drive back.
Yeah, get in the ocean.
Yeah, that's just the old ones, right?
Yeah.
Little Michigan alligators.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get that cold here though. I mean, it got cold here.
Yeah, it really did.
Really hard, like a hard freeze for like 2 or 3 days, and that's about all we had. It may hit the 30s, but it's very rare we'll have more than a week of just really bad, in the teens.
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe they hibernate.
That's what's funny. I lived there for how long did I live there? 2003 to 2006. It only snowed once. I remember it getting cold. You get down to the 20s easy. Of course, I worked overnight, so I felt the coldest of the cold.
Well, can they survive? Can they survive cold weather?
I don't know. I don't think there's that many of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I know when I see the signs, they'll post the National Weather Service, and everybody makes fun of it. But when it gets too cold in South Florida, they warn about falling iguanas because crazy iguanas that are in the trees, and they'll just fall out on people's heads.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, I think they wake back up. I don't know. So,
I don't know either.
Hey, Dustin, you didn't think we were going to be talking about alligators, did you?
Well, I think if we can go to panthers, and I guess we can make it to alligators.
Yeah.
How do people in Florida just get in water though? And they do.
Yeah. Not scared at all.
Yeah, I see. I spent a lot of time down in Florida, and they're just not that worried about it.
Yeah, they just get in those swamps and stomp around.
I mean, I guess per se, there's probably less alligator attacks than there are shark attacks, but
yeah, I guess.
Still,
I kind of feel like the alligators eating people is kind of overblown. Like a grown man, I don't know how many times they get attacked by an alligator.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was.
Yeah.
Saying they like the kids.
The whole state of Florida, and you can drive down the road and see gators just lined up and down the grass, and you don't just eating people, that much, like a small dog or something. But
I bet dogs are missing all the time.
No, I've heard people like getting out to use the bathroom and they get chomped. That'd be a wide awakening, wouldn't it? A rude awakening.
So we got this pond. We got like an acre pond.
On the side of the interstate, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And I always check the pond for slides. I'm like, there better not be a gator in here. Be my dang luck. Of course, you'd be able to see it easily because it's red clay mud.
Yeah.
Well, I figured the one that's far north was in Tennessee is probably somebody's pet, or
they caught
it as a drunken I don't know. They felt they were stealing the Florida mascot or something, and they just they just dropped it in the lake.
It's probably one of those little ones they bought down there, and then just it got too big, and they put it in the lake.
Can you do that?
Wouldn't you just
Huh?
Can you do that now? I mean, I remember you
you're
used to
not
go
supposed
to stores and buy them, and yeah, it was a thing.
buy anything in Florida?
Yeah.
It's like Texas Light.
Yeah.
Well, now the other night, did we determine that monkeys were illegal to own in Florida? Wasn't it the one that was odd?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was
Florida and
illegal.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dustin. In case you're wondering, it's illegal to own a monkey or Florida and Alabama. So,
You can own monkeys in Alabama.
Yeah.
oh, it's Alabama. You can't. Tennessee, you can't. That's right. No, Tennessee was partial restriction.
You had a permit,
Yeah.
monkey permit.
I want to know. I want to know what the questions are for that.
Yeah.
So,
Question one:
this-
Are you allergic to bananas?
what do you plan on doing with this?
Yeah.
Dustin, that might be a good one for you to add. You keep looking over your shoulder like there's somebody about to get you. You got us all worried now.
Oh, it was actually a dog. That's what I was. I did hear something coming.
This is like watching. Have you seen? Did I tell you about that, Dustin? That
No.
movie. That movie, Lost Coast Tapes.
Man, no, that wasn't. It was one you were telling me about the other day.
I told you about
I don't
Exist.
remember. No, I've seen Exist, but it was something you said y'all watched and were quoting all the time. But
Oh, The
Lost
Room.
Tape-
The Room.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
The Lost Coast Tape is a Bigfoot movie, just like Exist.
Okay, I haven't
And
seen that one.
Your Eugene character reminded me of the main character on that movie.
I've seen
Oh.
it. I haven't seen the other one.
You need to watch Lost Coast Tapes. That and it's incredible.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. I think it's on YouTube for free.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I had to go
It
look for that.
exists, Lost Coast Tapes, and Willow Creek. Fine movies.
Oh, and also,
Exist. It was good.
also just be prepared. The more questions you ask, the stranger things get, the deeper the rabbit hole gets, and at some point in time, Men in Black will visit you.
Yeah. Bobby,
That's
I watched
okay.
Project Blue Book and it was awesome.
It
I wish there
was
was
J.
more of
Allen
it.
Heinrich, man.
Oh, I love him now.
It's
I
did you
had
see
the,
both seasons?
Yes.
Had the FBI call me by accident one time on Halloween, and at first I thought it was.
Prank.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, right. And they're like, this is Agent so and so with the FBI. Is this Dustin Grammer? Do you work near any radio towers or have access to properties? And come to find out, he was looking for a police officer with a name that sounded very similar, and we had it mixed up. But I was getting ready to like throw away all electronic devices.
You were gonna put it in a microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's up. They are.
I
They
know,
finally got you.
It's happening. It's happening.
So we told you not to talk about those Panthers.
Yep.
You've been warned.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it you have 7 days?
Sorry, I ruined your Black Panther party.
Yeah.
That's right. You thought the DNR was bad. Wait till the FBI gets somebody. That would be a heck of a wrong number, though.
It would.
Yeah, it was.
My legs would be
What
jelly.
was the
Like,
what was the name similarity?
I didn't want to say it because he's actually just I didn't want to involve this other guy, but
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
it sounded a lot like Dustin Grammer, and we both got confused, and I couldn't. He was like, do you work any with the police department? I'm like, dude, I'm at a wastewater treatment plant.
So not really.
You know, and he's like, I think we got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
You'd think the FBI would be better on their game than that. So.
That would be so freaky. What?
We'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, Dustin, thank you for going out in the cold for us and moving around and standing on your roof. I appreciate that. Bobby, he says that it must be something in the air tonight because he had perfect show. So I don't know. So
Yeah, every time a big gust of wind comes through, it starts just cutting. So I guess it's just this weather. I don't know. But yeah, we did.
It's close to the eclipse, getting closer. Strange things are happening, they say.
That's true.
Eclipse.
Well, tell everybody where they can find you, and then we need to reschedule again, and we'll do the Alabama White thing and get this on there again. And wind must be blowing there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a face.
I disappeared again. Oh, you can find me if I get into the light. First off,
Go into the light.
You're not gonna have any car battery.
I had a lighter earlier trying to see how to get around the yard. Yeah, you can find me at Dustin on Facebook or Instagram, but also Moonlight Monster Media. That's the company name that I go by, and I'm trying to grow that page. And I'm trying to move a lot of my stuff off of my personal accounts because there's probably a lot of people who get tired of seeing on my posts and they don't want to look at Bigfoot pictures and see goofy reels and videos all the time. So I'm trying to redirect anyone who cares over to Moonlight Monster Media. And that's on TikTok.
I want to see your
Facebook.
reels too.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do early. I didn't think about that until it was too late. No.
Well, you know, I'd had my Facebook account forever, you know, and I never knew I was going to be in music videos and movies. I didn't anticipate actually having a monster business. So once it started, you know, I tried the reels first. They made me a digital creator and monetized a few videos, but it never really took off like some people's does. And so I just went to make a movie. And I'm trying to merge everything and, you know, get it off my personal page over to the other.
Cool. Well, keep on plugging away. Dustin, our next guest has hopped in here, so I'm going to get on to him and let you get out of the cold. But thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
We'd like to have you back.
Yeah,
good to meet. Good to see you again.
Oh yeah, great.
All right. We'll talk to you soon, Dustin.
Thanks, Dustin.
All right, see you.
All right, see you.
I'm watching his movie on Tubi over here.
Are you?
You're what's wrong with this signal. All right, hold on a second.
Yeah, it's me. It's all me. I got a whole gig over here.
It's always.
Hi, Rich Fields here, and come on down. It's time for the Sportcat Show.
All right. I got too many buttons to push here now. So.
Pusher.
All right. Well, without further ado, we have the paranormal attorney here.
Hello.
Mr. Jeff Lippman.
Jeff.
What does it say? Useful MD? Is it?
Hanging out.
I saw the other guy, Dustin, before, and he was like sort of spooky. He was fading in and out of the light. It was like a little horror movie there.
Well, we had to make him go outside because his signal was bad inside the building.
You got to get the hardwired internet if you want to do this.
Do what?
It was sort of bad outside the building too.
Well, the weather. He was having difficulty.
Yeah, it's been some crazy weather here in the South. I think it's finally made it up your way, but hopefully you're just going to get rain. So,
yeah, it's like winter. It's like 47, rainy and gray, but it's it's nothing to be happy about in April, but it's nothing to get too upset about either. We get like these late winters right when baseball season starts. It's like everyone's excited about going to opening day, and it's like 72, and then the next day it's like 45 and snowing.
Yeah.
They call those blackberry winters down here.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got several different kind of winters.
Blackberry winter, dogwood winter,
Yeah.
dogwood summer.
Yep. That's the truth.
Yeah. In Atlanta, you never know if it's going to snow or you're going to have a tornado. So,
Or be 1,000 degrees.
Exactly.
yeah, during the summer.
Same in Knoxville, especially
yeah.
because we live in the valley.
So,
so it's happened.
Jen-
It's been a week. So, you sent up the paranormal attorney signal. So there